All right, good morning. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Happy Black Friday. This is episode 118 of the School of Shred. This is the show that's brought to you by the School of Shred Online Health Academy, where we take you through a 12-week program to relearn and rediscover your holistic health and fitness through our spirit modules, through our habitat modules of recovery, our exercise, and our diet modules. There's 5 different modules we go through. You get weekly assignments, weekly classroom meetups, where we get to share and share our education experience that we're getting throughout the course. So it's in depth. There's community, and there is lots of education, lots of how-to, lots of habit creation, so you can become the person you want to be. We're doing a 20% off Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale right now for all new students who sign up. So it's 20% off your first 3 months of tuition at the School of Shred. Just go to theschoolofshred.com and you will see the discount code will be there, and you'll be able to sign up for 20% off this weekend, and we will be starting next week. So we're rallying the troops up for the next class. With that said, as you guys jump on here, throw a flex emoji in the comments, get warmed up. Might have to do a little extra flexing today to get rid of some of that Thanksgiving weight that we put on yesterday, huh? Did you guys have a good time? Hopefully you had a good time with your family. Hope you had a good time with your friends. Family, friends, good food, however you celebrated. Hopefully it was everything that you were hoping it would be. So today we got 3 questions. So we're a little light on these questions. I'm taking a couple from just from conversations and from some students this week from the Online Health Academy to kind of fill the void here, because we've all been a little busy this week. So with that said, we got 3. So we're going to talk about sweeteners, we're going to talk about iron, and we're also going to talk about devices for at-home workouts. So the show is here Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube, and then these are also repurposed for audio only on Spotify and iTunes. So 5 different places that you can take to school with you wherever you go, so you can learn more about health and fitness and wellness. So the first question here, let's go ahead and pull it up. Let's get started. First question is best sweeteners on a keto diet. Kind of been talked quite a bit about keto here recently, and it's spawning more questions from folks. So when it comes to sweeteners, the first thing that I want to say is I recommend not having them on a regular basis, and maintaining them as a reward or a treat. Not really a reward, but more of a treat. So you're not having them all the time. And this is more for the psychological benefits that you get from something that might be sweet. I think it's going to lose its value if you're having it all the time. And then before you know it, you're consuming an insane amount of sweeteners, whether they're natural or not, and that are not. You're not supposed to be consuming stuff that tastes that sweet. So it can be tricking your body and tricking your pancreas into secreting insulin because it thinks it's getting sugar. So although your blood sugar might not change, your insulin could be higher. And that's really what we're trying to fix. That's one of the main factors we're trying to fix when we're on a keto diet is insulin sensitivity. So with that said, though, if you're going to use sweeteners and you want to stay in keto, there's definitely some ways that you can do that. The 3 main sweeteners that we use in my house are stevia, monk fruit, and allulose. So stevia is something I've been using for quite a long time. You got to be careful, though. It's 600 times sweeter than sugar. So what they do a lot of times is they'll dilute it. You got to be careful, though, because if they're cutting it with dextrose, you're going to get an insulinogenic response from that. So you can get pure stevia, which comes in, it's almost like the tip of my pen here. The little spoonfuls you get of this stuff. So you have to be very careful with it because it's very, very sweet, and you can get very chemically flavor really quick from it. But it is a good sweetener that doesn't raise blood glucose levels, and you can stay in keto on it. Monk fruit is another one. My girlfriend introduced me to monk fruit in our tea last year, and I really like that. So we do monk fruit. We also sweeten things if we're going to make treats around the house. So if we're going to make like keto cookies and things like that, we'll use monk fruit. And then the last one is allulose. Now that's a new one that we just started playing around with. There was a pumpkin cheesecake made in this household a week ago, and some of it was allulose that was in there, some of the sugar, and that set the kitchen on fire. It was really good. So, and I think it was a mixture of monk fruit and allulose. So those are the 3 keto type sweeteners that you can use. Those are natural sweeteners. Again, though, I want you to think about the psychological benefits or harm you could be doing if you're consuming sweets all the time. I think it's good to have these options for sure. My personal opinion is that, if we can develop a flavor profile for hearty meals, which are very natural in nature, like, fatty meats, eggs, oils on vegetables and things like that. And then we have these sweets sparingly, we will appreciate them much more. And I think that it can help our long-term adherence to our program, because sweets tend to hijack our taste buds, whether it's from a natural form or not. And we tend to want to overeat when we have sweet stuff. So that's my 2 cents on it, but you can do what you want. Those are your options. You can do those every day if you really wanted to. Those will keep you in the keto. And remember, keto is 1.5 millimolars per deciliter on the blood ketone scale. However, you don't have to be full keto to get the benefits of a low carb diet, right? And get the insulin sensitivity benefits and the fat burn benefits of your brain being able to produce energy from fat. So we talk a lot about keto-ish on the show. We don't talk about being dogmatic on one way or the other, being keto or being full glucose guy. So we like flexibility. All right. So number 2, what are some high iron foods? High iron foods. So there's a lot of supplementation that's done when people have low iron levels. Iron helps transport oxygen through the body, through the red blood cells. And so if we're low on it, we might get weak. We might have low energy. We might get shortness of breath and pale skin. All right. Those are just a few of the side effects that happen when we have low iron levels. So iron's very important. Women are more at risk to have low iron levels than men. And it's an important thing. So when we're looking at whole foods that we can have, other than supplements, whole foods that we can have, dark leafy greens are great. So kale, think of spinach, those dark leafy guys that, you can cook them if you want to. Do a little extra virgin olive oil, do like a little saute. That's what I like to do. Or you can have them raw. Just be careful if you're eating too much of this stuff raw. It could cause a little GI distress. And then you have pumpkin seeds. That's another one that's high in iron. So pumpkin seeds are great. This time of year, there's a lot of pumpkin going around the tables. Save those seeds. You can dry them out, and you can bake them in a little extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. And then, if you do coconut oil, might try a little bit of ground cinnamon on them. Bake them at like 350 for 45 minutes and just kind of test it out, try it out. And then you can snack on those guys, and those have a lot of iron in them, pumpkin seeds. But the king of all iron is going to come from meat, red meat, pork, and poultry. And when I say meat, I mean organ meats, ladies and gentlemen. I mean organ meat. You see how excited I'm getting right now? I get to hit you with some organ meat knowledge again. Organ meats. So grass-fed beef liver is the most nutrient-dense food in the world, gram for gram. Can I get an amen? Have you tried it yet? You've heard me talk about it on this show. I hope you've been trying this stuff. You're going to get a bolus of energy if you have some grass-fed beef liver. So beef liver, 3 ounce. Now it's got very, very high percentages of B vitamins and vitamin A, the retinol form, which is an active form of vitamin A. Carotenoids from carrots and peppers and such. That's an inactive form, so you actually need zinc to convert that into retinoids. That vitamin A, which lo and behold, zinc is found in meat. So it comes back to getting stuff from meat. But with that said, iron's actually, it's high in these organ meats, but it's actually not in like super insane like quantities like a lot of these other water-soluble vitamins that we'll find in liver. So in 3 ounces of beef liver, you get about 80% of your daily value of iron. So that's a lot, because 3 ounces is like a very small palm portion of beef liver. So if you had it twice a week, with maybe a little bit of other meat. A traditional way to make liver is you got to slice it with the vein so it doesn't become all grainy. You don't want to overcook it because it'll get chewy. I like to soak mine in milk for the day, or cream. But the traditional way is to cut up onions and do it with bacon, and you kind of sneak it in that way. At this point, I don't really do that anymore. I make I'll bread it sometimes in almond flour, make like little chicken nuggets out of it, little liver nuggets out of it, or we just eat it, straight up at my household now. But that's because soaking it in the milk can take a lot of those flavors out, and we're used to eating it as well. But in the beginning, mixing it with bacon and onions can take some of that away. Also, a red sauce will help. But anyway, if you do that a couple times a week, you're going to be bumping those iron levels up. You're going to be bumping vitamin A up. You're going to be bumping vitamin B12 through the roof. So you're going to get lots of energy, lots of cellular. You have an efficient metabolism. So B vitamins are crucial for cellular metabolism, which if you're suffering from fatigue and feeling weak from low iron, you could potentially be low on your Bs as well. So you're going to get both those from organ meats like beef liver. So beef liver is definitely the number one food that I would recommend for somebody who wants to bump up their iron levels for sure. Like I said, only 3 ounces has about 15 milligrams, which is 80% of your daily value of iron. So quite a bit there. For me, I usually have 6 ounces of it when we're doing it, a couple times a week. I've been guilty of not doing it as much. I'm going to get back on that train here. But in summertime, I was doing it 3 or 4 times a week. So good stuff, though. It provides a ton of energy when you're having this stuff, I'm telling you. So try it out, beef liver. But then you also have, your dark leafy green, the pumpkin seeds, like I talked about as well. All right, next question. Again, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask them, because I see some people. We got people jumping on. We're getting some love from Shred Nation online. So go ahead and ask any questions you got, my people. All right, number 3. What should I buy for at-home workouts? So for those of you who might be living under a rock or in Texas or something like that, the economy shut down again. So people like myself who work out in the public are shut down again. So people have to work out at home. They're not able to work out in gyms. So right now it's pretty prevalent to have questions about at-home workouts and what to do and what you need. So this is a good question. So what do you need to buy for at-home workouts? Well, the first thing I'll say is that, at the School of Shred, I have an entire series of just body weight exercise. So you can just do body weight. You don't need to buy anything. You don't have to get anything. I'm training clients from home as well. And, we're using minimal tools. So body weight is great. But if you want to buy some stuff, the first thing I'd recommend is just some bands, some of those little loop bands. I had that one in here. I was shooting some content. I don't know, it's gone. So anyway, you got those little loop bands, those little TheraBands. If you go to like Amazon, you can type in TheraBands. You can get those little sets where it'll come with 5 different bands. You can do a ton of stuff, and I've been forced to be very creative with my with the School of Shred Online Health Academy. I have some people who are over 50 who are in my programs, and they need more therapeutic exercise. They can't do some of these crazy burpee-based, metabolic, fat burn, ridiculous high intensity workouts that I'm posted on the site. So I have a whole section of exercises that you can do if you want to maybe tone it down a little bit and get good muscle contractions in, and you need some therapeutic exercise. So I've been shooting a bunch of those and coming up with a bunch of different exercises with those bands. They're great. Those bands are awesome. You can get a lot done with them. So get yourself some of those. I think they're under $10. The next thing that I'd recommend is adjustable dumbbells if you can get them. But I think there's like a nationwide shortage of these things. I'm happy enough to have some of them, but I protect my castle. So anyway, yeah, if you get those adjustable dumbbells, where you get the little clicks on them, you can click around. You know what I'm saying? Click. You click them, and then you can go to different weights. So like the ones I have, they go from 5 pounds all the way up to 52.5 pounds. Absolutely great. I mean, you can do everything you need to with those. That's a luxury. If you have something like that right now, adjustable dumbbells is a luxury. You could look at the Bowflex ones or the Power Blocks. But again, like I said, I think they're sold out nationwide. It's pretty crazy. I like those Power Block ones. They're pretty cool. And they have extensions on a lot of these where you can go from 50, then they have like the 70 to 80 pound extension. So For me, I mean, as I build out my own home gym, eventually when I own my own home and whatnot, I'm going to build out like a super rad gym. I'm planning on having some of those dumbbells as well as some machines, because I'm gonna build out a really cool garage gym, because I already got like 15 machines unless I start my own gym and put those machines there. So anyway, we got bands, we got body weight, we got adjustable dumbbells. And then the last thing I would say is get some kettlebells. You can go to kettlebellkings.com is a big one. I think they're on a national shortage as well. Kettlebells USA, I believe that's the name. That's where I got all of my dumbbells for our kettlebells from. I get the competition one, so they're all the same. They're all the same circumference. They just weigh different, so you don't have to change your mechanics when you're using them. So those are pretty cool. I got a pair of 36s and a pair of 52s. They're a little spendy, but if it's something you're going to use for the rest of your life, they're good to have at your home. And you don't have to get the sets. You don't have to get two. You can get one. You can grab like one 36 pounder, one 18 pounder, and you can do damage with just those. So there's those are awesome. So kettlebells, adjustable dumbbells, body weight. Body weight is king if you want to save some money and penny pinch. If you want to penny pinch in this economy, do you know what I'm saying? And then bands. You could grab stuff out of your kitchen if you want to do like the milk jug workouts and whatnot, but that's up to you. I don't think you need to be doing that stuff. I think you could either do body weight or just buy some tools. But the bands are awesome. I think for me, mostly what I'll do if I don't have stuff is I think, about doing body weight, and I think about grabbing those bands and just doing some simple stuff with those things, because you can get a good shoulder workout, good hip workout, you can get a good arm workout too with those bands. So anyway, that's it. If there's no more questions, that's a wrap for this week, people. Remember, we got 20% off Black Friday special right now to become a student at my online health academy. All right, that's where you're going to get weekly assignments. You're going to have access to exercises. We're going to be going over diet with you. You're getting in face, person to person via online, but we're doing weekly Skype calls or not Skype, but Zoom calls with our class, all that stuff. So it's a very in-depth program that you're signing up for. It's a 3-month program. You get 20% off if you sign up this weekend. So go to theschoolofshred.com. The coupon code is on there. We'll be back on Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. With that, I want you to stay strong and healthy in body, stay relentless and energized in spirit, stay determined in your pursuits, and keep on digesting that food over the weekend. Maybe you want to think about a 24 or 48-hour fast, huh? A little feast, a little famine. All right, I'll see you guys on Monday. Until next time, class is dismissed.